it's trying to do to me. I don't think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom.
Well, new information revealed about the Queen of Soul after her passing. Music icon Aretha Franklin had no will or trust. Reports show the legendary singer's 4 sons filed a document to list them as interested parties for her $80 million estate. Now, under Michigan law, an unmarried person's assets should be split evenly among children if no will exists. And if you find yourself in a similar situation, we're going to have some questions answered for you. This story has a lot of people thinking about their own wills, whether they should get one or whether the one they have is sufficient. In today's Law Vegas Now segment, Eric Palacios of Eric Palacios and Associates joins us to talk about wills and why we need them and what happens if a person dies without a will.
Yes, it's very common, and in this case we see a huge estate and now 4 sons. Hopefully they'll be able to resolve it, but that's not always the case.
No, so often it ends up in breaking up families because it's not clear who should get what.
Exactly, and if it leads to that, even if you know the 4 of them decide to split it evenly, then it's who gets what property, who gets what money in the bank, who gets stock, who gets royalty rights. So there's a lot of things to deal with, and it's not easy to do.
Yeah, so who needs a will? Who needs an estate? What is the best plan?
Well, everyone needs some kind of estate planning. We all think we're going to live forever, but obviously none of us do. So a lot of people put it off, and then something happens and it's too late. So everybody needs some kind of planning just to make it easier for those that are going to inherit your assets to deal with it with as least cost and problem as possible.
Not always easy, though, for everybody to face their own mortality, and I think that's why sometimes people may put that off.
Exactly.
And we'd like to think we have another 40, 50 years here before taking off.
Very true.
All right, so what is a living trust? We hear a lot about that, and who should have one of those?
Well, a living trust is very good if you have assets. If you own property, if you own a house, if you have stocks, if you own a business. What this allows you to do is put all your assets into this entity, and then when you pass away, it automatically goes to your heirs. You don't have to go to court. You don't have to go through probate, which is a process that takes time and money. And if you have a will, you have to go through this process. A living trust eliminates this, and all your assets go automatically to your heirs.
And that's relatively simple to get done?
It is. Most people think it's too expensive, but it isn't. A will can cost a couple of $100. A trust normally between $1,500 to $2,500, depending on your assets and how complicated it is.
All right. And how does a person know whether it's going to be complicated or simple?
Well, it depends on the size of your estate. If you have multiple businesses, multiple properties, different things can make it more complicated and a little more time-consuming to put together, which in turn costs a little bit more.
Yeah, but you'll know pretty soon. They could sit down with you and know pretty quickly whether we're talking hundreds or $2,500.
Yes, in a matter of 20 minutes, we can hammer out a plan and get all this done for you.
All right, Eric Palacios, always good to have you with us. Great information today. If you'd like more, you can give Eric Palacios and Associates a call at that number on your screen, 444-7777. You can also visit their website at ericpalacioslaw.com.